As the Texas legislature charges through the third special session, Texas leaders are hard at work on legislation that will help us secure the Texas-Mexico border and keep Texans safe. Such a feat comes at no small price, and with important bills being debated, we are happy to have our state leaders join us at TPPF to explain what's happening and why it's important. This is The Layout. I'm Selene Rodriguez, Policy Director for Secure and Sovereign Frontier. Today, I am joined by Representative Jacey Jetton. Representative Jetton, welcome to The Layout.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
Thank you. Today, we're going to be discussing another landmark bill for the state of Texas, House Bill 6. House Bill 6 seeks to appropriate $1.5 billion to the trusted programs within the Office of the Governor for the construction and maintenance of border barrier infrastructure. So we know that this is, not a small price tag, but we know that it is the federal government's role is to protect its citizens. It's not quite doing that, so it is up to the state of Texas to step in and fill in that gap. So thank you for taking that role for us, sir.
Absolutely.
I would like for you to please first explain what is it that the $1.5 billion are going to be allocated for?
Sure. So $1.5 billion will go towards construction-ready jobs. We got about $1.2 billion of that already set for projects that the governor's identified and is in the process of acquiring the land easement. So no eminent domain is being used to acquire any of this land. These are agreements between the state of Texas and landowners who now recognize that, hey, border wall is going to protect my property. It's good for the state. It's good for the country. And so those will go along specific areas of the border along between Texas and Mexico where the governor's office, through Operation Lone Star, through its partnerships and working with Border Patrol, recognize that these are areas that we really need to have border wall. The remaining $300 million will go towards projects that either, as more land is acquired, more areas are identified as needing border wall. The remainder will go towards that.
Great. Texas is the first state to build its very own border wall amongst the border states. Can you tell us about the effectiveness of border barriers and why our state is deploying them now?
Sure. So while Texas is the first state, and it's disappointing that we have to do this, but it is something that started under Bill Clinton. Every administration, and now even the Biden administration, is on board with and recognizes the value of a border barrier to deter and help interdict illegal entry into the state of Texas and into this country. The border wall, one of the main benefits is to ensure that it funnels traffic. If it doesn't deter, then it funnels traffic to certain areas where Border Patrol and Operation Lone Star can tactically maneuver and take in those individuals crossing illegally.
So border barrier infrastructure is not just a wall, which we hear often. There's a lot of tactical infrastructure that goes into that.
Sure.
What exactly is that tactical infrastructure that's included in this?
Sure. So there's a lot of surveillance goes along the border walls. So you have your cameras on there, you have your cellular devices. Those help to both detect and then determine which direction they're going, how many we're dealing with, so that we can make sure that we have appropriate personnel ready to intercept anyone that's attempting to illegally enter into the country. The other tool that's fits into the barrier category is the buoys, and there's 1,000 feet of buoys in the Rio Grande right now that's under. It's being determined by a lawsuit right now whether or not the state of Texas can continue to use it. But that type of barrier has also been determined to be very effective at deterring illegal immigration into the state.
Absolutely, and we'll use every tool within that border security toolbox we can find.
Absolutely.
Texas has certainly stepped up to take the lead, secure our border, therefore securing our nation. So can you tell us, sir, why is it that Texas has to act now and not wait for the federal government to do what it's supposed to be doing?
Sure. So the state of Texas over the last decade has had to continue to invest more and more money into securing our border. Each administration has had its own rhetoric around border, how open the border is and how you gain entry into this country. Under this administration, this administration has made very clear to families and individuals around the world that the way that you obtain the American dream, that you enter into the United States and in Texas, is by hiring a coyote south of the border in South America and make the dangerous trek through Mexico and find your way into Texas. And it's devastating. It's sad. It's a humanitarian issue. On top of the crime, the drugs, the human trafficking, smuggling that comes through the border, it has continued to ramp up, and we have seen record numbers. The DHS just released a report under the Biden administration showing just how devastating the numbers are right now. And as they continue to ramp up, the state of Texas has to continue to use every tool in the toolbox. We happen to be in a special session. We have these funds available right now. And so if we're able to appropriate these funds now, the Facilities Commission can begin working on those contracts to put out the RFPs and continue the work that we're doing on the border.
Well, sir, this is a big feat to undertake, and we're very grateful to you for taking the lead on this issue. And thank you for joining us today to talk about House Bill 6.
Absolutely. Thank you.
And thank you all for watching.